A conservative group files lawsuit to secure military votes in Pennsylvania and prevent V fraud. Look at that, guys. People are doing things. Yeah, if you guys missed the little seminar that Mike Pillow Fight Mike did, it's pretty good. I was really impressed with it. They went through each state. They brought people from the state. They had to give them a score on how they're doing in terms of selection integrity, and they talked about what they've been working on, what they're working on next, and things like that. So it's actually a really good little thing that he's doing. His idea though is like, okay, whatever. Nothing new there. But anyways, for 3 years now, the GDP has been reporting on the stolen military ballots in 2020. This is reported in Michigan, Georgia, and Arizona. This is the Michigan one, Arizona. But now one organization is fighting back to secure the votes of our military personnel and their families. And they filed a lawsuit on Tuesday to prevent the left from stealing votes by our military personnel. On Tuesday, the law firm Mormon, Cardall, and Erickson Law Firm sued the Pennsylvania Department of State for violating federal election law and leading to the dilution of U.S. military votes. Let's see, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Eric Cardall announced today that PA Fair Elections filed a complaint against the Pennsylvania Department of State, alleging violations of federal election laws. The Help America Vote Act of 2002 was passed to establish minimum standards for the admission of federal elections, including the requirement for verification of identity and eligibility for individuals who seek to vote in a federal election. Many states have verification requirements far beyond the low minimum standards set by HAVA, but no state can legally implement a lesser standard. Unfortunately, Pennsylvania Department of State had done just that. Through unlawful guidance, the DOS is instructing selection officials to violate HAVA and risk the dilution of military votes by allowing ineligible individuals to receive and vote on absentee overseas ballots. By submitting this complaint, the plaintiffs are seeking to compel the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to protect the rights of military voters. As the U.S. Supreme Court has stated, the right to vote can be denied by a debasement or dilution of weight of a citizen's vote, just as effectively as by wholly prohibited the free exercise of the franchise. The Uniformed and Overseas Citizens Absentee Voting Act established the federal postcard application as a standard form for use by members of the U.S. military and their family members to both register to vote and to request an absentee ballot. The FPCA can also be used by U.S. citizens who reside outside of the U.S. but who are not members of the U.S. military. This group of non-military UOCVA eligible voters include study abroad students, individuals who work outside of the U.S., and U.S. citizens who reside abroad. The FPCA is a combined voter registration form. So in other words, this is supposed to be something for our troops overseas, but they're giving it to people who, oh, I'm retired and my retirement money is not suitable for this country, so I have to go live in another country. They're getting an absentee ballot for those as well, which can be a lot of people, right? Oh, we're not here anymore. We don't share American values. We're not here trying to make things better. We just abandoned the country. But we still want our benefits, and we also want the ability to vote remotely, right? This leaves a lot of gaps for people to vote in Pandaland, right? Therefore, HAVA's minimum requirement for voter registration and minimum requirements for voters who vote by mail for the first time apply. So the critical component of HAVA is that the states are required to verify the accuracy of the identification information provided on applications for voter registrations. HAVA also requires states to match the applicants' identification numbers provided against information in official databases prior to voting in a federal election. All members of the military and their eligible family members possess required forms of identification. No persons are even permitted onto a military base without proper valid government issued photo ID. Non-military U.S. citizens overseas must possess a passport to travel overseas, or U.S. citizens who have never lived in the U.S. must possess a birth certificate indicating their citizenship. In 2022, over 75% of all UOCAVA voters in Pennsylvania were non-military.